Hey, welcome to 21 days of prayer and fasting. We're in the midst of this journey together, making it happen. No matter what type of fast you chose, we're just glad that you're on the journey with us. And we're back with Pastor AT.
Hey, we are doing this thing.
In the hot seat.
We're doing this thing.
We are. And we're making it happen. And, you know, there was someone else who made it happen in the Bible, and his name was Jesus.
Yeah, he made it all happen.
He made it all happen.
He made it all happen.
And there's a specific passage that I think you're gonna we'll be talking about today, and you'll be sharing from today. And I'm not gonna steal your thunder, but it's about something very majestic that happens.
Yes.
And there was thunder, I think, that sounded like thunder or something like that, but really it was the voice of God talking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably ruining the story, so I'm just gonna hand it off to you.
Hey, so it's the transfiguration account, right? So of course, the inner circle of Jesus's ministry, Peter, James, and John, they are called up on this mountain with Jesus, which, first of all, that's what this fasting journey is like. I mean, I don't know if you've ever climbed a mountain before, but I've climbed some mountains in my life, which you're a nimble guy, so of course you've climbed some mountains before.
Yeah.
It's not exactly easy, right? It's not exactly,
you always overestimate your ability until you get like halfway up and you're like, this was a mistake.
100%. And I'm sure they didn't have a Bass Pro Shop, and I'm sure they didn't have all of those, nature outdoor stores to get some good boots and all that other stuff. So much like this fasting journey, they are going up on this mountain. They are going through this quest with Jesus. And of course, something incredible happens. Jesus, this man that they had been walking with, all of a sudden is glorious. There's like this shining light, and of course they were so terrified because not only is Jesus up on the mountain with them, but Elijah and Moses shows up. Yeah. Now, I don't know about you, but I'd be freaked out a little bit, much like the disciples, because hey, those two guys, they're dead.
Yeah.
And they're sitting right here talking with us now.
Well, it's always interesting. I know that they probably knew after the fact, but I wonder how they introduced themselves, because they probably wouldn't have known like initially who it was. So did they show up and be like, "Hey, I'm Moses"? I don't know.
I don't know if they had like a little name
tag, like heavenly name tag.
I'm sure that I'm sure they didn't have that. But I mean, maybe they just had an inner revelation of just who these men were. And of course, they were frantic, and so they were terrified because of course, this Jesus they had just been walking with, now he is just completely illuminated by the glory, by the presence. And of course, now they see two men that, they had read about, that they had heard about, all of the different things that God had used these people to do. And they're just like, let's build a monument for them. Let's build a tabernacle for them, right? But in this moment, there's a voice from heaven that says, follow what this man does. And all of a sudden, Moses and Elijah, they disappear. They're gone. Which, of course, it's like, I believe that in this fasting journey, it's much like as we are ascending the hill of the Lord, as we are going into deeper revelation of who Jesus is, I believe that the powerful part of the text is that, hey, you know what? You might see some things along this journey that are great, and you may even have opportunities to even focus and put your gaze and your attention on that, but this is a reminder that it's all about Jesus.
Yeah.
It's all about you being in this journey with the Lord. So even in this fasting journey, I know that sometimes for myself, I can focus too much on like what I'm eating versus what I'm not eating. I can focus too much on what I'm about to receive and what I'm about to do through this fast. But honestly, that was a good reminder that it's all about the Lord.
Yeah.
It's all about us being the people that are saying yes to him, that we are ascending the hill of the Lord with clean hands, with pure hearts, and with hungry spirits to see a new side of who he is, not just of what we're going to get along the journey, which the blessings, they're going to be great. The blessings are going to be great, but it's all about him.
Yeah. And I think that also takes some of the pressure off when you're fasting, because, and I think we may have talked about it in another Devo, but sometimes you can put a lot of pressure on yourself to have something happen in a fast. And you can put so much pressure that you get yourself in this weird mindset when you, like, this is a good reminder, just take a step back. It's okay, because the whole point is to be with him.
Right.
So even if what you're even if you're coming to it and you're like, well, I really need help with this specific situation.
Yeah.
It's like, well, just focus on being with him, being in his presence, resting in that. Everything else is going to take care of itself. But just like the transfiguration story, like the whole point is that you're with him, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Everything else is kind of really secondary and small compared to that. And so it'll be taken care of.
Yes, I mean, making a spot for the Lord in your spirit, in your heart, and through your body during the fast is sometimes all that you need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, now don't get me wrong, like we're gonna work hard, we're gonna be people that achieve, we're gonna be people that build, we're gonna be people that go after it. But there are some times that the Lord wants to grace you with just his presence. There are times that the Lord is just saying, "Hey, I am showing you right now, right before your very eyes, all that you need to see." And so let's not be like the disciples all the time. It's like, oh, I need to do something. Oh, I need to switch up my fast a little bit more because I need to do this. I'm like, hey, embrace where you're at in this journey with the Lord. I mean, we're believing that no matter where you're at in this journey, no matter if you're feeling like you are literally on the mountaintop, or maybe you're freaking out on the inside of you like the disciples are, like again, just having the peace of knowing that his presence is right there with you,
Yeah.
and being able to see a new side of who Jesus is just all the more, that much more comforting.
Yeah. And so as you're going through this fasting journey, maybe this is your first fast ever. Maybe you took a step and you didn't really know what to expect and you really didn't know what to do, but you knew you wanted to do it. And now you're kind of nervous about it because you're like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, am I supposed to be this hungry? It's like, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you will be hungry, but maybe you got some nerves with it because you haven't never done this before and you don't know what to expect. You have all these thoughts going through your head. This is a great reminder to just rest in the Lord, be with him, focus on that, and try not to focus on anything else as you're going through this fasting time. Thank you, Pastor AT. This was great.
Absolutely.
And a good reminder that we just need to be with the Lord, focused on that during this fasting season, and let the Lord take care of the rest. So we hope that this fasting journey goes well for you, and we're praying for you. And if you need help, reach out to us. We'll see you next time.